Okay, so I'm on number 36. Okay, so first off, it asks you for the center. Let me give you a second. Can you find the center? Actually, we've done that. Let me do that quick. We've done that. How do you find the center there? How do you find the middle of those two? Add them and divide by 2. The average, right? The average. Exactly. So 44.5 plus 60.5 divided by 2 is 105 over 2. Thank you. 52.5. There it is. D. 37. So that really wasn't new. Standard deviation. Yeah. Let me give you a second. Standard deviation. Can you tell? How do we do standard deviation?
8.
Yeah, do you see it's 8? That's correct. Let me get this out of the way. So we know the middle is 52.5. Like that. Middle is 52.5, right? And it's how far from there to there, right? Standard deviation is the jump from line to line. So it's 60.5 minus 52.58. Is that good? See? Are we good with that? Everybody good with that? Standard deviation is the jump from line to line. So I just subtracted 60.5 minus 52.5. Find out how low. Now, I have a more tricky question, which it's going to push you harder in just a minute. But let me mention it even now, because how do you know that's the first line? Just because they put it on the... How do you know there's not another line here they're not showing you? Remember, there's actually 3 lines to the right and 3 to the left. How do you know that's actually the first line? It is. It turns out we got lucky this time. But in a minute, it won't be. Just because it's the only one they're showing doesn't mean there's not other ones they're not showing. Right? And if there's another line before that, then the jump is less than 8, right?
Because it gives you the percentage of the area to the right.
Exactly. It's based on, you got to start paying attention to the percentages. Exactly. Remember the percentages? Let me draw the bell curve real quick, not the whole thing, but just remember the percentages, right? It's in the middle. It's 34. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's not it. Oh, no, this is the one. That's not the first line. Oh, no, so we better let me go slow. That is not the first line. The answer is not 8. That is not, it is not C. Because that's not the percentage. Let me show you.
It is C.
Is it C?
Yeah. That's what it said on your answer key.
Oh, you're right, it is. It is. I'm thinking wrong. Of course, I'll say that after you've told me that's the answer in the answer key, but I do realize it is now. Okay, so 34, 13.5, 2.35, and 0.15. Yeah, so notice it has 60. What spot has 16% to the right of it? It's actually this spot right here, because this plus this plus this totals 16%. 13.5. Plus 2.35 plus 15 is 16%. So here's the middle. So that is one jump to the right of the middle. So that is one jump to the right. We got kind of lucky. In a minute, they're going to mess with us on that. Is that good? That 16% means, yeah, that was one jump to the right. Okay, so it was C. We could just subtract them. Let's go to 38. What is the approximate value of Q3? How do we find Q3? That formula thing. Mu plus 1, what is it?
0.675.
Oh, 0.67, thank you. Plus 0.675 sigma, away you go, right? I'm going to move on. We know that, Is that good? Okay, if I flash off of that, because there's something tricky coming. Okay, 39, the value of the Q1. Looking at 39. How do you find the value of Q1? What does Q1 always mean? First quartile. So it's somewhere over here, right? It's the early on. It's before halftime, right? It's into the first quarter. In fact, it's 25% of the data, right? Into the first quarter, 25% of the data, right? Well, how do you know where that is? Well, look at the numbers here. See, this is 25 and this is 25. See, it says 25 here. This must be 25. How do I know that's 25? Because that's right, that's half. To the middle is half the curve, so 25, 25, right? And how far from there to there is it? Subtract those. 104 minus 50 is 54. That must be a jump plus 54. Am I going too quick? See what I'm figuring out there? So to the right of the middle is 50%, so 25, 25. And the jump to that spot is 54, just by subtracting them. So that means the jump to the other way must be the same thing. It's just minus 54, huh? So 50 minus 54. 50 minus 54, negative 4, is where the Q1 must be. A little tricky there. Is that okay? You can't have negative. I know that seems weird. Maybe that could be temperatures in Minnesota in January. Or maybe that'd be more like March. Average is 50. Low is negative 4. You know, there could be things in real life, as you know, that are negative. Way, way back, they used to think negative numbers weren't real. Anyway, we know they can be real. Standard deviation. How do we find standard? Now, how are we going to do that? Standard deviation. This one fools a lot of people. A lot of people look and they go, well, it's just the jump amount. That's wrong on this one. Because that's not the first line. That's just a line they're happening to show you. So, everybody with me on this? It's important that I tell you what it's not. Because this is what a lot of people do. It's not just 104 minus 50, 54. Look, they even put that answer in. That's just mean. I get these off the publishers. Pre-created test. I just ask it for one of this type, one of that type when I make the test. But they thought out the options and they went, boom, they're baiting the hook and dropping it in the water. Bite on this, right? So you can't. Why? I thought that was right. I thought the standard deviation was the jump amount from line to line. What's wrong with that? That's not the first line. That's just. It doesn't mean any line you see anywhere is the first line. You can't assume that. So, okay, well then, it's only when you see the 3 lines and the 3 lines that you know each line is the standard, right? So, just show me one line. I don't know what that line is. Okay, so I can't do that. Don't do that. So what do you do then? What do you do? Well, what is this 104? It's Q3. Right? It's into the third quarter of the ball game, right? Here's halftime. This is halftime, and this is 25% further. That's Q3. Well, so what? Well, then I use the Q3 formula. Q3, which is mu plus, what's it, 0.675? Sigma. Q3 is 104. Mu, the middle, that's 50. I can take that little equation and solve for sigma like you solve for x. That's a little tricky. That's how you find sigma. Do you see that? Because that's Q3. Remember, as soon as you saw, and by the way, as soon as you saw this question on the test tomorrow, if there is one like this, you see that 25%, you should be thinking, I'm looking for Q1s and Q3s, right? Because 25, 75, those are always about the Q1s and Q3s, aren't they? Those are quarter amounts, huh? So it's no big surprise that we got to use the Q3 formula. You could have used the Q1 formula instead. That would have worked too, either one. All right, how do we solve this little equation here? For sigma, like solving for x. What do we do first? Subtract 50. Is everybody as comfortable as Cole with these? Is that good? You know how to do this? 54 is 0.675 sigma. We bring it over here. 54 is 0.675 sigma. Last step, divide, right? Last step's always divide when you solve, right? What does it come out to be? 80. Okay, sigma's 80. So it's actually D. Is that okay? So just use, again, when you see 25% or 75% on any question on the test tomorrow, start using Q1, Q3. You just know you're going to use the quarter formulas on this. And that's 104 is Q3. Is that good? How are we doing? We're almost, can I flash off that, see if there's anything else? That was the one I was thinking of. Oh, well then you got to do 41. Okay, last one, 41. approximately 84% of the data lies below. How am I going to do that? Well, remember the bell curve. Remember the bell curve. Right? Middle is here, and each of these lines is 34, the first two is, so 34 is right here, 50 is here, so they're talking about this spot. This is the middle, this is 1 to the right of the middle. That has 84 below it. 84% to the left, below. Below means left. So it's this spot right there, one jump to the right of the middle, which is not 104. That's the Q3, right? How do we find out if this is the middle? What is the middle? We already found it earlier. What was the middle? Oh, it's right here, 50. The middle is 50. And we just found in the last one, yeah, that the standard jump, the line to line, is 80. So add 80. So that's 130. Everybody good with that? That's got to be 130. D. Make sense? How to find that? All right, that's all the weird stuff I think that you haven't seen. The rest you've seen, it's just math and all. So work on that thing, and first hour tomorrow we'll go over it. Second hour we'll take the real exam, and we'll be done. It's your last night of studying for math. This might be the last night of studying math in your lifetime.
That's great.
All right, enjoy it. See you tomorrow.